What happening, my beautiful people? Welcome back to Top Notch Network. Y'all already know how we get down. Listen, man, we got a hot one for you today. We got a doozy, man. Y'all know the WNBA been hotter than fish grease. So we got to take it down to Indiana and visit the Fever and talk about Clark, CC, getting snubbed for the Olympics. Listen, we're going to keep it real. We're going to bring some details you ain't heard. So let's get into this intro, and we'll be right back with another one.
Well, I got a load of stress, trapping this road to success. You learn how to cope with less. You just gotta hope for the best. All I know is press on toward tomorrow. Or I was chosen more. Been there from the start. Yeah, press on. Won't nobody vouch. Press on. Too low as I'm out. Press on. No need to pout. Press on. They counted you out. Press on. They did it for clout. Press on. You at your best when it's stress on. Turn up the heat. Press on.
All right, listen, welcome back to Top Notch Sports, where we always slicing and dicing on Top Notch Network. Listen, but before we get to slicing and dicing this one here, we got to hear what Indiana Fever coach Christiesides had to say about it. I want to lay the context properly because she had some things to say about this situation. Initially, we know, they had been a little quiet about it, but major details have been emerging. So look, I'm going to roll the clip and we'll be right back.
A little disappointed, of course. She's my player. That's the hardest team in the world to make, right? Like, that is a tough team. She's young. She's going to have so many opportunities in the future.
How did you coach her up through that, or did you talk to her at all through that to make it more of a motivating factor than anything?
Yeah, we talked actually on the bus. She got the call on the bus, and she texted me to let me know. And, I just tried to keep her spirits. I mean, the thing she said was, "Hey, Coach, they woke a monster." They woke a monster, which I thought was awesome.
Now listen, CC is coming off of a monster game against Washington where she dropped 30 points. I'm talking about she was dropping buckets from all over. She sinks 7 3-pointers with 8 rebounds and 6 assists to go with it. Not only was she dicing and swishing, she also was dishing and dashing. You know what I'm talking about? John Stockton style. She was going off, and you could tell that she was motivated from being snubbed. Now CC spoke out, and I must say she always keeps it professional. I love the way she handles the media. Shout out to CC for that. Get down in the comments if you also agree. But all this drama that's been coming her way, as well as her and Angela Reese, it's just been a lot. You know what I'm talking about? But at the same time, they don't put the game back on, and we're gonna talk about that here in a second. Let's hear from her, and then we'll come right back.
Reaction when you saw the USA team yesterday, the roster come out?
Yeah, I think I'm excited for the girls that are on the team. I know it's the most competitive team in the world, and I know it could have gone either way, of me being on the team, me not being on the team. So, I'm excited for them. I'm going to be rooting them on to win gold. I was a kid that grew up watching the Olympics, so it'll be fun to watch them.
What was your level of disappointment not hearing your name on the roster?
Honestly, no disappointment. Like, I think it just gives you something to work for. It's a dream. Hopefully one day I can be there, and I think it's just a little more motivation. You remember that, and hopefully in 4 years, when 4 years comes back around, I can be there.
Did you have a direct conversation with managing director or whomever's over there at USAB recently?
Yeah, they called me and let me know, and before everything came out, which was really respectful of them, and I appreciated that. And they did the same for every girl that made the team or every girl that didn't make the team. There's a lot of players in the Olympic pool, so it wasn't like I was the only one they had to call. They had to make quite a few calls.
What was it like trying to balance, I want this opportunity, but this other opportunity is right in front of me?
Yeah, I don't think there was a preparation. It was more like just go about my business how I have my entire career, and if that's the opportunity I get, great. If I don't get that opportunity, there's still a lot of positives in the time that I'm going to have off. The opportunity to be motivated to hopefully achieve that at some point in my career. And I think a lot of my focus was on my college season. I didn't have time to go to a training camp, and then obviously it was a quick turnaround to come here. So. I think it's just a good motivation for us, and then we all know how talented that team is. Like, you look at that roster, and a lot of players I've already had the opportunity to play in this league that are just so good, and I know they're going to go out there and dominate, and I'm going to be watching and cheering for them. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Have you heard from anyone that stood out from you about that decision? Meaning, like an NBA player or anything like, or someone you're close? No. Okay.
We're talking in a lot of ifs here. I know you just said you would like that rest, but if there is a player on that roster that's too injured to play and they call you, what would your reaction be?
Yeah, I think it would be a great opportunity. A lot of ifs. So, my main focus is on the Fever. That's what it is. If USA Basketball needs something, I have a great relationship with them. But the 12 they have selected are really, really great players. So I think they're in pretty good hands. A great coach, Cheryl's a great coach. Selection committee did a really good job. So, just focus on the Fever and what we can do to be better.
Now listen, man, with all of that being said, man, I think she handled the situation real well. And I'm finna give you the top-notch rundown, the top-notch analysis. But before I get into it, let's hear what Reggie Miller had to say. And then I'm going to drop my 2 cents. And then we going to go from there.
I've known this for years because I grew up in it. The women's game, they're just straight ballers, right?
Yeah.
And first of all, what did you expect was going to happen to her? Number one, I don't think it's jealousy. Oh my God, she's getting all the endorsements. We're going to go after her. You're playing at the highest level. You're playing in the WNBA. You're coming from college and you're going to the pro ranks, right? What did she expect was going to happen? Why are people so shocked, right? You're playing against grown women. The same thing happened to us as rookies, right? Going against MJ, they're out there trying to embarrass you, right? It's nothing personal, right? It's just the level between college. First of all, you go from high school, and it's a learning curve when you go to college. And then from college, when you go to the highest level, it's going to be a learning curve. There's only so many rookies that's ever been successful.
Now, this is what I got to say to Reggie. Y'all want Caitlin-Clark and Angela Reese to be regular rookies, but they not. Matter of fact, I don't even look at them as rookies. I look at them as WNBA savers. Do you think I ever would have covered the WNBA if it wasn't for Caitlin-Clark and Angela Reese? Y'all folks is tripping. And when it comes to the Olympics, ain't nobody checking for women's Olympics basketball before Caitlin-Clark and Angela Reese came along with all the love that they are bringing back to women's basketball. We got to be honest about it. It was to the point where I grew up in Charlotte. We used to have the Charlotte Sting. We lost that team a long time ago. I might have been in middle school when we lost that team. Why? Because wasn't nobody buying tickets and wasn't nobody coming to the game. The WNBA has never had this type of attention. What is wrong with us? Y'all better pay some homage to these young ladies for putting your sport back into a position where the best players ain't got to run overseas just to get a check because they ain't making nothing but pennies in that league. Attendance is up. The network attention is up. The views is up. What is the problem? Not to mention, they giving love to this, to the YouTube game and the new media. We is up covering them. So listen, man, pay these young ladies some homage. If you agree with me, if you believe that she brings too much to the game to not be on the Olympic team. She a sharpshooter that's bringing a huge fan base and a huge attention. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I really believe this is to stir stuff up. Before it's all said and done, I believe she will be on that team. Y'all heard him talk about an injury scenario or something happen like that. I think she's going to end up getting on the team. This was just to stir it up and bring more attention. But that's the top-notch analysis. That's what I got to say about it. Listen, get down in them comments. Let me know how y'all feel, man. If you really feel like they doing too much and they ain't paying the homage they need to pay, let me hear you say that. But we're going to get out and get in with the next one. Until next time, top-notch out.
I got a load of stress, trapping this road to success. Learn how to cope with less. You just gotta hope for the best. All I know is press on toward tomorrow. Or I was chosen more. Been there from the start. Yeah. Press on, won't nobody vouch. Press on, too low as I'm out. Press on, no need to pout. Press on,